it's Nikki B with Explore with Nikki B. We are on episode 7. Welcome back to my channel. For everybody that's been riding along with me this whole time and watching all the episodes, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting me along the way, reaching out to me on the side, all the comments, all the love. It's been amazing. I really, really do appreciate it. We have a lot of new followers, so welcome new followers. I've been posting a ton of shorts recently, kind of testing things out on my Facebook business page, Explore with Nikki B, as well as on Instagram, X, TikTok, and obviously YouTube. So just testing things out, seeing how it's going, but it's definitely picking up a lot of traction. So if you're watching one of these shorts from one of those channels and you'd like to see the full episodes, you do need to go into YouTube and click into that to watch the entire thing in its entirety. So I know a lot of my clips were going kind of crazy on the Facebook and different Instagrams and things like that. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knows to go back to YouTube in order to watch the entire episode. So, but thank you for all of the support. I think in the last 2 days, I had like 5,000 new followers on just Facebook alone, which was pretty cool. So, definitely not going to be able to read all the comments. I will get into some comments from the shorts, obviously, as well as the YouTube channel itself on this episode, but there's no way I'd be able to read all the comments from that Facebook page. If you guys would like to go follow the Facebook page, you can, and then you can read along all the comments in there. There's some not so nice comments too, but that's okay. Just kill them with kindness, and I try to be nice to everybody. And a lot of people just don't understand when they're seeing those short little clips. They don't know the full story, so they're saying whatever it is that comes to mind and however they're feeling from that clip. So some people have said some not so nice things, but that's okay. It doesn't bother me, so keep it coming, because I don't mind explaining. I don't mind pointing them in the right direction or sharing the full episode with them so they can kind of see the bigger picture. So no sweat off my brow. So we were talking last about COVID, 2020, how I woke up from the Matrix. That's kind of the recap of things. I didn't fully finish kind of going into those details. So I would like to finish that. I got a lot of people reaching out asking about the different products and parasite cleanses and different things that I'm using, how I started to be able to grow my hair back out. So I wanted to share those different products with you guys as well. So we can kind of go over some of that, and then we'll read comments and be able to wrap it up. So as far as COVID goes, so again, we kind of went through all the details of me waking up during COVID, learning that we have been lied to about everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Just having to relearn everything. During COVID, I also ended up raising my own chickens so I could get my own fresh eggs. So we started with 4 chickens. They were called the Powerpuff Chicks. So we called them the Powerpuff Chicks. Blossom, Bubbles, Buttercup, and Bliss. Those were our chickens. And then we added some more from a neighbor that wasn't able to keep them. We ended up taking on their chickens. And then we lost a couple. One of the chickens was handicapped that we also took on from another neighbor. The handicapped chicken, we kept and took care of her as long as we could until she passed away. Her name was Lemon. She was so cute. She was my favorite chicken. But she had her own little private suite that we took care of her in. She couldn't be with the other chickens because they would try to attack her. So, but yeah, she was sweet. Yeah, so we have chickens. I had mentioned I was going to go into all my animals. I might as well tell you guys now all the animals that I have. So currently 6 chickens. So there's only 6 left. Our original 4 plus the 2 that we got from the neighbor. And one is named Olive, and then the other, oh gosh, I don't remember what we named them because we had lost a couple, so I don't know which one is left. I think I'll have to come back to that. I have it in my notes with all their names, so I'll have to come back to the last chicken's name. So we have 6 chickens. We have 2 dogs. We have a chocolate cocker spaniel as well as a golden doodle bear. He's the newest addition. We have 2 cats. So I have a Maine Coon cat and then a chocolate point Siamese cat. So 2 cats. And I have a tortoise named Sebby. He's adorable. I think he's almost a year old now. He's pretty big now. He's probably about that big. They will get huge eventually. So we have an outdoor space that I've been kind of reinforcing that he's going to eventually be in outside, because they can get up to 200 pounds if they're a boy. So if they're a girl, I think like 100-ish. Boys can get up to 200. Depending on obviously male or female, which we won't know. I think until between years 3 and 5 is when you can usually tell what they are. So I think he's a boy. I call him a boy, but that's why I named him Sebby. So it could be kind of a unisex name. It's short for Sebastian though. So Sebastian's the full name. Sebby is the shortened name. Plus I like Dr. Sebby. So, so that's Sebby. And then we have a parrot. It's a Connor parrot. His name is Skittle. That's my parrot. And then we have some fish. So that is our zoo that we have here. Lots of animals. Lots of plants. I love plants. So I have lots of plants, lots of animals. I have my garden outside. During COVID, we attempted to grow the garden like 3 separate times. We did grow a lot of squash and tomatoes and different things the first time, then kind of let it go and then regrew some stuff again and then again let it go. And now I'm regrowing some stuff again right now. Mostly flowers right now. I have sunflowers and some wildflowers and some roses and some other different little flowers. But we'll work slowly on incorporating the peppers and the potatoes and the tomatoes and all the things. So I do enjoy that, growing our own food so we know where it comes from and where the seeds come from and all of that. I think it's important. So they're not the GMO seeds that are genetically modified. I think that's important to grow your own fruits and vegetables and things like that. We do have a new fruit tree. It's a fruit salad tree. We got that from Costco, so I'm excited for that to bear some fruit. There's like 6 different fruits, plums and peaches and all kinds of things on that, so that's exciting. And then we have a white peach tree as well. That hasn't bloomed yet, but yeah, lots of fruits and sunflowers, and next year we'll grow some more. We'll have some stuff in the winter too. There's different things that we're able to grow. So, but that's one thing that I was able to do during COVID because we were obviously home. So I was learning how to garden and grow my own things and have the chickens and have our own fresh eggs. So it's been fun. It's been a fun little adventure having the chickens the last, 5 years, learning how to take care of them, learning all the things about chickens. They do attract rats, so you have to be careful with chickens. Also possums. We've caught a couple possums trying to steal the eggs. So that has happened. So there's definitely different rodents that come from, having chickens. Having to keep the coop clean and, different things that you can put lemon balm around the coop to help prevent from flies and things like that. So there's different little tricks that we've learned along the way. But yeah, I enjoy it. Also during COVID, there was definitely some things that I woke up to politically. I wasn't really going to talk politics, but it is relevant just because of what transpired and happened with my mindset shift. So just so you can kind of know where I'm coming from and how I view things now and where I lean, per se. So prior to April of 2020, I was not a Trump supporter at all. I thought he was a racist. Obviously, I have, half black children, so I assumed he was a racist. I assumed everything the media had told me was true. And I never paid much attention to him. I didn't particularly like him because, again, I listened to the media. I listened to everything that everyone was saying about him, and bad man, bad orange man, bad, 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 bad. So I wasn't really paying attention. And I even, to a point where I would say, what, a couple years prior to this, I actually kicked my own mother out of my house because she was saying all this great stuff about Trump, and it was right in the middle of the election when I think Trump and Hillary were going against each other, and she had said something that triggered me, and I literally kicked her out of the house because I thought he was that racist that me and my mom fought about it. So that's how much I, again, was brainwashed by the media and what they were telling me. So 2020 came. Oh, and then obviously my ex-husband, my soon-to-be ex-husband, he was a Trump supporter. And he liked him just because he was a businessman. And he said, Nicole, you're a businesswoman. He's a businessman. Just listen to his speeches. Listen to what he's actually saying versus what the media is saying he's saying. So I stopped during COVID when I had more downtime to actually look into it. And I did research it, and I listened to his speeches, and I was like, whoa, this is very different than what the media is saying he said. So then I kept doing more digging and more research, again, because I'm in a research state right now. I'm wanting to learn everything as much as I can. So I'm learning. I'm seeing his speeches are completely different than what the media has said. They've totally stirred stuff, changed stuff, twisted stuff, made him seem like something he wasn't. So, and it is true. I am a businesswoman. I understand business, and he is a businessman, and that's what he was speaking on. And another thing, obviously, when I watched that documentary, Out of Shadows, sorry, I forgot to look it up to see exactly what it was. But that documentary also kind of opened my eyes to Trump being one of the ones that was trying to save the children as far as uncovering the different sex trafficking rings and the different things going on with children. So he was one of the ones that was kind of spearheading that and helping. So that opened my eyes. When I saw that, I saw him in a different light. So again, when I'm seeing that we've been lied to our whole lives about everything, the media is just pushing their agenda of what they want us to know, and then I'm seeing something completely opposite and different. Of course, I was going to then side with Trump the next go round. So initially when he was running against Hillary, I didn't vote for either of them. I didn't like Hillary at all, and I didn't like Trump. So I voted for Jill Stein, Green Party. So I'm actually registered Green Party. So that is who I voted for initially. The next go round, I did vote for him, only because, again, he is a businessman. So I did vote for him. Obviously, we all know what happened with Joe Biden winning, and I do believe things were rigged. We can agree to disagree there, but things were rigged. I think he won by a landslide, honestly. But again, they're the same. I'm learning this over time. It's the same bird, different wings, right? They're all controlled by the same people at the top. So that is what I've learned now to date, that it doesn't matter who we vote for. They're going to put in who they want to put in. So they control the narrative, period. They're going to tell us what they want to say on this side. They're going to tell us what they want to say on this side. They're going to lead people different directions. They're going to have people fighting against each other. It's the same bird, period. So I came to a point where, now granted, the next time obviously Trump ran, I did vote for him again, and my ex-husband and I even went to some of the rallies and encouraged other people to vote, and we were kind of like spearheading that. People were very triggered by him because he's black and he'd wear a shirt that said all lives matter, things like that. So people were very triggered by that when they would see him. But again, fast forward to the next, where we're at now, right? As you can see, like, I don't agree with things that are going on right now. So, and there's been times, like, within what's happening right now, there's been friends that I had that we fell out because I don't agree with, or because I agree with, having a strong border, right? And what has happened with Joe Biden letting everybody come in, letting all the drugs come in, the cartel, the fentanyl, all the things that came in and flooded the streets with the borders being down, and then obviously placing people in specific cities for specific reasons. I don't agree with that. And so there's been friends that I have fallen out, and again, not my doing, but they chose that because they couldn't look past, me voting for Trump, me and my soon-to-be ex-husband voting for Trump. We weren't allowed to come to their house because of that, because my friend's husband didn't agree with Trump, so we weren't allowed to come over. So things like that, which is silly to me. It shouldn't matter who you vote for. And again, why not just have a discussion about it? Like, what are the reasons? Like, what are the reasons to vote or not vote? And why would you cause conflict between a friend, especially a friend of 20 plus years? Like, to me, that obviously wasn't a very good friend, solid, strong friendship if you're willing to just let that all go over a political difference. Especially with now, seeing what I see now, I don't agree with what he's doing. I don't agree with him, the genocide that's happened in Gaza and the war and continually killing people and not releasing the Epstein files. I don't agree with that. Yes, he is a strong businessman. Yes, he's making business moves, but do I agree with everything? No, I don't. Am I going to vote again? No, I'm not. I will probably never vote again because I honestly believe that my vote doesn't even matter, and they're all controlled by the same people, right or left. They are literally controlled by the same people. That is what I believe. After all the research that I've done, everything that I've seen, the two different parties and the sides, like, they're all controlled by the same people. It doesn't matter who we vote for. They're going to put in who they want to put in. They're going to change the policies to what they want it to be. They're going to have secret hidden things within bills and extra money going here and there. I really don't believe that we can make a change there. Now, at the ground level, maybe we can make some changes. Maybe we can make some changes within the school district, and or maybe governor, maybe even then. I honestly, I don't have faith in it anymore. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. I really don't have faith in any of the politics anymore. So I just believe in taking care of myself, obviously with God's guidance, and taking care of my children and my family and my soon-to-be grandson, which my daughter is inducing her labor tomorrow. So by the time you guys watch this episode, I should be a grandma. I'm going to be called a Nana, though, no grandma. So I will go by Nana. Nana Nicole. So yeah, we're gonna have a baby soon. I'm very excited about that. But those are the things I'm worried about. Like, I want to make sure I'm eating healthy, living healthy, trying to put anything I can that's healthy into my body, taking care of my kids, obviously leading them to God, staying focused on God, just controlling my space, like what I can control the outcome of as best as I can, without the outside influences. There's always going to be outside influences. There's going to be things that happen environmentally. There's going to be chemtrails, and there's going to be different poisons in the water and the food and the things that we're eating. So there's going to be things that we have to deal with and overcome. That's why it's smart to equip yourself with the different things that you need in case that happens. Also, become part of a community and a tribe with like-minded people to where you guys can come together when things like that happen, right? If things go down, you have your people, you have your tribe. So I think it's important to find your tribe. Anybody that is like-minded and wants to be part of my tribe, let's do it. let's create our tribe. But I do want to go over some products. I want to make sure I don't run over because I do have quite a few comments to read, and then obviously remove all the makeup, go over all that stuff. Let me get some of my tea before I go into all that. Okay. So, first and foremost, so I know we talked about politics. Obviously, I don't agree with any of them anymore. So, call me what you want. I'm technically registered Green Party. I don't agree with the right. I don't agree with the left. I'm not an extremist either way. I'm not even going to vote anymore. So, it is what it is. So, you guys can do whatever you want. I'm not going to recommend anything one way or the other, but that is my preference and my choice. I'm not going to vote anymore. I don't agree with any of it anymore of what's happening. I believe it's all controlled. There's also another documentary you guys can watch called The Fall of the Cabal. It's a series. It's pretty crazy, and when you watch it, just take it slow. It's a long series, and you're going to learn a lot of stuff that is kind of quite traumatizing. But again, you can only find it certain places, probably Rumble, maybe Telegram. You have to look for it in different sources because it's hard to find. So that's another documentary that I watched that woke me up to everything during COVID. But definitely watch Out of Shadows and The Fall of the Cabal. You will be very shocked. And yeah, so let's get into it. I wanted to show you guys what I use as a protocol in our house if somebody's getting sick. So if somebody starts getting sick and it's chest related, lung related, immediately I will. Well, I take these daily anyways. Oregano oil pills. So you're supposed to take 2 a day. They're very good for you, but especially if you're getting sick. I'll even have my kids sometimes take 2 in the morning, 2 at night, just to kill whatever's going on, because it literally will kill whatever's going on in your lungs. So the oil of oregano is really good. Now I would pair that with, especially lung related, anything lung related that's going on in your chest, throat, congestion, all of that. I do the nebulizer machine. So there's different ones you can buy. I have this one that I got as well as this other one. What's weird is when I started buying this stuff, the nebulizer, the saline, all of that, and then I started going on Amazon, it's really hard to find the equipment now. So it's harder to get. So I don't know if they're making it more difficult to get this stuff, but get your hands on this. No matter what it costs, it's worth it to have. So these are good for traveling as well. There's also another little attachment if you don't want to wear the mask. There's another little like straight attachment that you can, it just kind of blows in your face. But I like wearing the mask, and I like to make sure I go through the whole entire treatment when I'm sick. So especially if you have COVID or any kind of respiratory issues or anything going on with your chest, your congestion, mucus, things like that, this works really, really well. So inside this little container, you're going to put saline solution. This one's 7%. Again, it's really hard to find the 7%. But they're these little tiny vials that already come kind of pre-portioned out. So they look like that. So I would literally just pour this whole thing into the nebulizer. So this opens up. I'd squeeze that out, pour the whole thing. The remaining amount I would pour colloidal silver. So colloidal silver is really, really good. It's a natural like antibiotic, and it's going to kill whatever's going on in your chest. So I'd pour the rest of the colloidal silver in there. Again, there's a couple different brands that I've bought before, but again, it's hard to get your hands on this stuff. So stock up in case you get sick and you can't get medicine and you need help. So fill that up, close it, turn it on, put it on, and I go through the whole entire thing. I would do that a couple times a day sometimes. For my kids, it would knock it out like that. Within like a day, they're better, sometimes 2 days. But I'm able to kill whatever's going on by doing that. So I wanted to make sure that I went over that protocol with you guys in case you ever need it. So colloidal silver is your friend. Along with saline, of course. Saline is just, a salt mix. So saline, colloidal silver, straight to the lungs. That is the nebulizer protocol. Another thing, so people were asking about the different parasite cleanses. So there's a bunch of different ones that I've tried. Now there's some natural things you guys can do for parasites. One thing in particular is pumpkin seeds. So you can eat pumpkin seeds naturally, eat a handful in the morning, and that helps kill and neutralize parasites. And you're going to want to make sure, like I mentioned before, that you have the clove tea at night. So you put 4 or 5 whole cloves in your tea and you drink that at night because that's going to kill the eggs. So remember, this is going to kill adults only, and the cloves is going to kill the eggs. And again, you're going to want to take a binder of some sort to remove the parasites because, again, when the parasites die off, they're releasing all of the toxins that they had inside of them into your body. And if you're not taking a binder to get rid of the toxins, then they stay in your body, and then worse problems can happen. That's why sometimes when people do parasite cleanses, it actually makes them worse, because now they call it hexing. So hexing will happen, and you might get weird rashes or weird things happening to you, or feeling really, really ill, and that's because the parasites inside of you that you're killing are releasing toxins. So it's important to make sure you have a binder and you are removing them properly. So organic pumpkin seeds, that's one option. Also another thing is pineapple. So they don't like pineapple. You can kill parasites with pineapple. Also raw garlic. So minced garlic. You can eat garlic with a spoonful of honey and just swallow that and you're good and good. Honey is a natural antibiotic. So honey is also another good thing that is really good when you're sick. So having a spoonful of honey is important when you're sick, because again, it's a natural antibiotic. So I would do honey with raw garlic and take a spoonful of that every day when you're sick, multiple times a day, honestly. But those are natural things you guys can do to kill parasites, overcome sickness, with natural remedies. And some of the other ones, this is one of the binders that I've used before. So that's one of the binders you can take. Obviously you can take, bentonite clay. There's different things. You can also soak in baths. So I do a bath. It's called a detox bath. I do 1 cup of Epsom salt, 1 cup of baking soda, and I make sure I get natural baking soda, not the Armour's kind, because that has different things in it that I don't want to put in my bath. So natural baking soda. And then I do a cup of borax. So a lot of people, there's a misconception on borax. Borax is actually boron. Boron is salt. It's a mineral. It's from the earth. It's from God. So there's a lot of misconceptions and different little conspiracy theories that have gone out about boron and borax, trying to deter people from using it. There's rumors saying that it makes you infertile and things like that. But again, it's just salt. There's a study that was done I want to say it's in the 1960s or 70s. There was a gentleman, if I find the little blurb, I'll paste it here, but there was a gentleman in another country that found boron and started actually doing small amounts of ingesting the boron in his patients. And he was able to cure all of his patients, 100% of them, with their arthritis from the boron. And he took the study and went to the board and showed them, and they ended up taking his license away, kicking him out of the country. And then right after that, they labeled borax laundry detergent, not for consumption, to ingest it. So they made sure to market that, campaign that everywhere, and not allow people to ingest borax, and telling everybody that it's a cleaning product, which deterred people, obviously. But again, I put it in my bath. So it is a detox. It pulls out heavy metals. It pulls out different things going on in your body. So if you are doing parasite cleanses, soaking in a bath like that for 30 minutes, as hot as you can stand it, will pull out different toxins, whether it's radiation poisoning that you've got, or, different ailments if you're sick, for sure. So that's something I do as well. And again, I'm not making any medical claims on this video. I'm not saying that this can all cure everything, but I'm just letting you know different tips and tricks of things I've done and what's worked for me and my household and my family. So, and I'd like to share that with you guys. So, another thing, so the parasite cleanses. This is one of the ones that I did. Oh, this is what I got for the kids. It's the zeolite. So that one is a cleanse and pulls out the toxins. But this is one of the ones that I've done in the past. It's from Pure Body. So it's a 2-part process. There's a spray and then a dropper that you use, a 2-part process there. So I've done that one. This one I have not done yet. I actually just ordered it. Candace Owens actually recommended it on her channel, so I made sure to order it to test it out and try it. But I just got that one. Another one, different tinctures that I've gotten from the health food store. So this one shows black walnut. It's got wormwood, clove bud. I don't know how to say that. Chanca pedra and artichoke, I think. But that one's from the health food store. Another tincture with the ingredients that you need for cleanses. And then the other one that I've done is the Dr. Hilda Clark. So she's got an amazing protocol if you look her up. Dr. Clark, the Dr. Clark store. So this is wormwood. There's one called Bug Buster. The Quick Parazap Cleanse. She's got the cloves and some fungal fighter. So I have her whole protocol that I have done before as well. So that's a good one. And then, of course, I do recommend doing live apple cider vinegar. So I think that's important for gut health to have daily. And then this is another one. It's a pill capsule. So it's got chlorophyll, peppermint, slippery elm, spirulina, chlorella, and fenugreek. It's also got ashwagandha, parsley, sea moss, and mulberry. So that one's a good one. And then another thing I take is Shilajit. So I recommend that. Along with, I know people were asking what I was taking to grow my hair out because I am low on ferritin. So this is what I'm taking to get my ferritin levels higher. So I don't know if you can read the ingredients there. Actually, it doesn't even say the ingredients. So it just says complete ferritin complex, thicker, fuller hair, all-day energy, no stomach upset, and clears brain fog. I would have to say it actually really does. So this actually has done the trick so far. Like halfway through the bottle right now. But I do feel like my hair is growing quicker and thicker, and it feels good. So I feel like obviously increasing your ferritin levels is going to do that. So I know I was super low, so this is important. I have been taking the digestive enzymes as well. It's a probiotic and a prebiotic. So I've been taking that when I eat a heavy meal. And then this one I need to actually order more. I just ran out of my magnesium. So I take that at night. Pure magnesium. Lastly, the cleanse I'm currently taking is the Wormwood Black Walnut Cloves. So that's the one I'm currently taking. And then I'm also doing this lymphatic complex. So this one has burdock, dandelion, kelp, clovers, retin, and bromelain. So it's a lymphatic complex. I'm taking that as well. I do vitamin D3 with K2 because I am always low on my vitamin D, so I want to increase that. And then I do the Primal Queen. So that is grass-fed beef organs that I take for all my vitamin B and all that good stuff. So that is what I'm currently taking. A couple of the other things that I recommend. This is one of my favorite things right here. Organic golden castor oil, cold pressed. This stuff is magic. It's so amazing. So if you guys have, like, first of all, it helps with hair growth, helps with wrinkles. This helps with if you have tummy aches, if you're constipated, you rub it on your tummy, go to sleep at night. You could even take a little spoonful if you needed help going to the bathroom. But this helps with so many different things. But castor oil is my favorite. So if you have any scars as well, so any kind of scarring and keloids and thick scars that are painful, you rub this on it and it literally like eats through the scar tissue, and it makes it almost flat where there's no scar there anymore, or it's very faint. So after I had my mommy makeover, I had a huge scar from one side to the other where my bikini line is. Nobody told me about this trick. So for 7 years, I had a huge, thick scar that was super painful. It was thick and red and it hurt, and anything that would touch it was painful. Plus it was like numbing in certain areas, and it just was the worst ever for 7 years. So 3 years ago, I discovered this during my COVID era, And I started rubbing on it every single day. And literally within 3 months, all the scar tissue was gone completely. It went from this thick red raised line to the tiniest, thinnest little white line that was barely there. And no more pain, no more like thick scar that's bumped up. It was like completely flat. The numbing went away. I feel like it healed things. It made my nerves reconnect because the scar tissue was gone. So once the scar tissue was dissolved, it's like things started connecting back where they were supposed to. So this is like a wondrous, wondrous, wondrous thing. So stock up on your castor oil. So it's really good, like I said, wrinkles, hair growth, tummy problems, indigestion problems, scarring, you name it. Castor oil is your friend. This is great stuff. And then a couple other of the hair products. I know people were asking what I was putting on my hair. So this one is Long Hair Don't Care Growth Oil. And it's got the different rosemary and stuff in there. So I was using that one. This one, cocoa nibs and honey. So it's an ultimate strength serum. And then this one I had just bought, the rosemary one, but I use rosemary hair oil as well. So that one. And then I've just recently been trying this on my ends because I tend to get split ends pretty easily. So I've been doing this Monet Rejuva beads on my split ends. So I'll see how that goes. This one I've only been using for the last like 2 weeks. So I'll keep you posted on that. And then lastly, I wanted to recommend, 82 Minerals, your sea salt. This is super important to make sure you guys are using sea salt. It's got 82 minerals in it. Salt everything. You're supposed to salt every offering. It says in the Bible, salt your food. Doctors will tell you not to have salt and to stay away from salt, but that's the problem, is we need more salt in our bodies. So your body is made of 70-80% water, and then out of that water, 70% of that is salt water. So you guys need salt. A lot of people will get headaches and issues, brain fog and different issues with their heart and different issues going on with their body, but it's because they're low on salt. It's so important to make sure you guys are getting enough salt. So this is why I do these element drinks. Again, 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 of potassium, and 60 of the magnesium. And so I drink at least one of these a day, sometimes two. They come in chocolate flavor. So I use that for my coffee. I'll add a little salt to my coffee, a little chocolate salt. But there's different flavors. You can get them on Amazon. It's important to salt everything. You'll notice, though, you feel so much better. Even your water. So before you drink water, put a little bit of salt under your tongue and then drink your water. And actually, your body will absorb the water better into the cells because the salt is going to bring it into the cells. So your body actually absorbs the water and you don't just pee it right out. So if you want your body to absorb the water, you need salt. So this is very important. And then lastly, toothpaste. Throw away all your toothpaste that has fluoride in it. It's no good. Fluoride is what is calcifying your pineal gland and causing a lot of issues. So you want to make sure you are cleansing all that from your home, from your kids' bathrooms. Get rid of the Colgates and the different stuff that have the fluoride in it. So we switched to Tom's for the kids. I use another product by Uncle Harry's. So Uncle Harry has a natural toothpaste. It kind of tastes like salt. It's got bentonite clay in it. It's got different ingredients in it, and you kind of just scoop your toothbrush. So you don't have the sudsy situation going on, but it feels very clean once you start actually using it. There was another toothpaste that I've been using called Zero Pro. That one also does not have fluoride in it. So I highly recommend changing your toothpaste for yourself and your children. So get rid of the fluoride. No more fluoride. And it is in your water too. So you want to filter your water. Make sure you guys have a good water filtration system. It's very important. So you're not drinking the fluoride and poisoning your body even more. But yeah, so I wanted to go over all the products with you guys, stuff that I'm currently using. I don't just speak it, I actually live it. It doesn't mean I'm the healthiest. It doesn't mean I do everything perfect. I'm trying. It's baby steps, right? So I do have a weakness for Taco Bell. I know it's horrible, but it's literally like my favorite fast food and one of my guilty pleasures. So something I'm working on. I have to break up with Taco Bell. But yeah, I try to get healthier options when I get it, but I know it's not good for me. So all fast food is not good. Honestly, we should all be making our food at home so we know what's in it, so we know the ingredients that are in it, so we can teach our kids to do the right things and not have the fast food. So I'm working on it. We got to do these little micro steps, right? So I do want to read comments, take off makeup, do all of that with you guys. I do have to go pick up my daughter from cheerleading tonight. We are on, what day is it today? Monday. So I was supposed to record yesterday on Sunday, but my son, he's a senior at the high school, and they get their own parking spot that they pay for. So we have to paint the parking spot. So all weekend long, I was helping him do that. So we were there pretty late and didn't get a chance to finish recording. So that's why I'm doing it on Monday. But my daughter does have cheerleading, and I have to go pick her up. It's a 45-minute drive. So I am going to take the makeup off. I'm not going to put on the mask though, or the different little eye patches or any of that stuff. I do need a pimple patch, like right here. I have this pimple coming, and I think like one over here. So I might do a couple pimple patches. But I will take off makeup and read comments. So let's get into it. Oh, let's see. These were the wipes that I still have. Again, I got like a 4-pack of these, so I have to just use them, unfortunately. I don't love them, but I will use what I have. Okay, so again, I posted a lot of shorts from the last episode until now, only because I found a new program that did it very easily for me. So I did that, and I'm trying to like catch up now with all the different episodes with what I've posted. So you'll see a bunch of new shorts on there. I don't know if you've already noticed, but that's why eventually we'll be caught up to the current episode. But I got to post everything, all the content that it's created first before we can be caught up. So the first one is called Mother's Intuition Uncovers Horrifying Abuse. We have at Noelle Booth. Makes you wonder where she learned this behavior. So sad, and I'm so sorry your children experienced this. Thank you. Yes, and again, you guys can read my replies that I replied back to them. But it is true. We did learn that she was abused as well. We don't know by who. My daughter never wrote her back after that last message. So my daughter is still trying to heal from everything, right? Even though it was, almost 16 years ago that we discovered this. So it's taken a long time for her to heal. And now with her having her own son, she's going through all her own emotions and, working through everything. So I'm letting her do that on her own. The next one is at observing all the rels. The 12-year-old started abusing when she was 10. Who showed her how to abuse? Because 10-year-olds don't tend to come up with that without an introduction. And SA is never about sex. It's about claiming/forcing power. So who made the abusing daughter feel powerless? And why does X feel so okay with his oldest daughter abusing his youngest daughter and son? That he claims it's just kids being kids. Is that what somebody old told him when he was young and powerless? Keep that man away from your little ones too. Yes, I mean, same kind of answer, right? We did find out she was being abused, and I do agree it was all a weird situation, and we never, again, did find out who abused her. We just know that she told my daughter she was abused. I know that my ex was not in her life for her first 5 years of her life. So who knows what happened to her. She was with her mom, and I know they were going around from house to house to house and sleeping on couches, and who knows who was around her and what might have happened, but something obviously happened. But yeah, definitely glad to be out of that chapter and done. Let's go to the next one. The next one is called A Mother's Hope, Navigating Past Suicidal... Oh, it doesn't show me the full title, but that's the beginning of the title. At Peter Van Staveren. Find someone you can talk to, and remember, your parents love you always. That was sweet. Thank you. Yes, I definitely... I'm talking to all you guys, right? But I think a lot of people assumed that these clips, that this was current stuff that was happening right now, especially on my Facebook page. Like, all the Facebook people that were chiming in on these different clips, they were trying to give me advice, current advice right now. So I had to kind of like re-explain to everybody that, hey, this happened, almost 16 years ago. I was just sharing a story on my YouTube channel, and this is a small clip of it, so I was trying to explain to everybody. But a lot of people were trying to give me advice, current advice right now. And I appreciate it, though. It was very sweet. A lot of people are very sweet with their advice. Let's see. Trying to find the next comment. Oh, here we go. Let's see if I can locate it. Okay, this one's called Don't Rush Love, Know Them First. So this is where I was talking about if you've only known somebody for 30 days, like beware, don't move in right away and all that stuff. And so at David McDonald 2845, he says, show us your ... plants, with a laughing face. So I thought that was pretty funny. But I do love plants, so plants and animals and all the things. So I thought that was pretty funny. Way to be witty, David. Let's see. I think there's a couple more, and then I'll read the comment from the actual episode itself from last week. My tea is rather strong. I'm doing like an yerba mate tea. It's very spicy. I don't know where the next comment's at. These are all 0. Well, if I can't find it, we'll just go to the YouTube. And, oh, here's one. Let's see. Newest. Okay. Huh. This is a funny comment. So this one is titled, Divorce Finalizing Soon, A New Beginning. This gentleman, at John Cabezas 9405, he says, curious to see how you feel in about a year. There's no pleasing you, B word. So that wasn't the nicest comment, John. Again, I don't think that he knew I was speaking about... Oh, no, I was talking about my current marriage, actually. You're right. So, yeah, anyways, I don't think John knows the full story. So he needs to watch my YouTube and see, what I went through recently and all the stuff my ex-husband put me through. I'm definitely excited, and I'm done with that chapter. I can't wait to close that chapter. So I am excited. Next one is Losing Hair Daily, A Struggle to Hide. This is from at Amy Mom to 4. She says, my hair is thinning too. How did you get your hair back? Mine is a combo of wearing a hijab for the last 13 years, stress, perimenopause, and taking a GLP-1. So obviously I did comment and I showed you guys some of what I was taking. That's kind of what I told her. But that'll do it. Obviously the GLP-1 as well. Because like I mentioned, I did the gastric sleeve. So you get less nutrients. Just like a GLP-1, you're getting less nutrients because you're eating less food. And so you do have to take supplementation, but does your body absorb it all? Not really, not always, you know, because again, you need the food as kind of a conduit to move the nutrients to your blood cells and get it all in there. It's a fine line. You have to take supplements. You have to, you know, put stuff on the exterior. The castor oil, like I said, works wonders. Someone else had given some good advice at KKSWIDER899. She said, if you must wear a hijab, try silk for it. Check your hormone levels. The right combination of estrogen and progesterone can perform a miracle. So that was good advice that she had given. But yeah, so that was that one. But yeah, definitely it depends on what you're eating. You got to eat proper. You got to take your vitamins and nutrients. And then, yeah, rub the right different oils and things on your hair. The next one is marriage fights turn scary, punched walls, and ... At Dual Sports Outdoors, dude needs his face to look like the walls. I don't agree with violence, but I'm sure other people do. But yes, I'm not a violent person. I try to be sweet, loving, and kind to everybody. God has given me love and light, and that's what I am. I also am an alchemist, so I am a master alchemist. I will take all of this negative things that I've been through and turn it into something positive and find the positive in all the negative. So that is what a master alchemist does. So that is who I am. This one is titled, The Devastating Truth About Infidelity Revealed. This one says, at Paul Monin 5215, when women started working outside the home, it seems problems started. I blame no one. Has society and our government caused problems in society today? Back in my day, we lived in peace and harmony and had big families. We respected each other and always there to help in need. Yeah, I definitely love how you lived. I wish we lived like that, on a farm, and neighbors all helped each other, and we had animals and looked after one another. Seems like the good old days need to come back. So I would love to live on a farm, though. It's like one of my dreams is to have a farm and land and goats. I want baby goats, more chickens. I want all kinds of animals. I would love to live on a farm. Definitely one of my goals. Maybe have some more babies, pop out a couple more kids. Again, I'd have to untie my tubes, so that part we'd have to get through. But yeah, no, I would love to have a farm. Okay, so him and I talked back and forth a little bit, and then at Amy, Mom DeForest, she said, when you said Watt Avenue, I chuckled. I remember Watt Avenue. And then her and I talked back and forth again, talking about cruising down Sunrise and Greenback and Watt and all the things we did, listening to some 90s music and all that good stuff. So good times, good memories, good old 90s rap. Next one. Let's see, what is the title? Okay, this one is called Felt Like I Was Dying, Emergency Room Levels, ... It says, at Dual Sport Outdoors, that's terrifying. For what it's worth, your friends and family are happy you're still here with us. Thank you. Very sweet. Appreciate you. And next one. This one's called My Spine Leaked After a Spinal Tap. We have at Ricky 3D Visuals. That's a painful passage of time. Glad you came out of there. Thank you, Ricky. Yes, it was very painful, and I still have back pain to this day because of it, so it's unfortunate, but now I get to feel and experience what mothers go through when they have to go get the spinal tap, right? They have to do a spinal tap to do the drugs, administer the drugs when they have a baby, or if they have a C-section, they have to do that. So it was very painful. I don't wish it upon anybody. And yeah, now I still have back pain now in that same spot. The next one, devastated. The moment I knew my marriage, dot, dot, dot. At Dual Sport Outdoors, sorry such a terrible thing happened to you. My house sends hugs and healing energy. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Little baby Emrys. Okay, I think that might be it. Oh no, there's one more. Okay. This one is titled Surviving Betrayal and Illness, A Journey of dot, dot, dot. At lucafitness.com. Way to be strong through the hardship. Thank you. And then he commented again, super cute. Your kid had your back. Yes. My baby girl Melody has my back like no other. So her and I, she was born on my birthday. That's my birthday buddy. She's got my back. She's a wonderful, amazing daughter. Let's see. We have one more on here. At Dual Sport Outdoors. Trusting people again after such a massive betrayal is very difficult. I still catch myself being paranoid and not trusting my wife from time to time, thanks to my ex. At those times, I have to remind myself of everything she has stood by me through and tell myself there's no way she'd ever betray me. It's so true. After experiencing what I've experienced and have, other people have experienced similar situations, it's so hard to trust again. So, I mean, gosh, I don't know if I'll ever trust again. Like, I feel like I will, maybe with God's help, obviously, but it's hard to come from. Like, that's why, again, if I ever do get into another relationship in the future, they're going to have to understand what I went through and be patient with me because I went through a lot. So to trust after that, it's going to take a lot. Okay, so I think we're done. Oh no, we're not done. One more. Okay, this was the one where all the trolls were chiming in. You guys will like this one. This one is called Divorce Finalized, A New Beginning. So this one, at Xavier Estrada XU71IE, he says, congratulations, enjoy your cats. And I love my cats, so I don't mind those comments, honestly. At Amy Mom DeFore, she said, that's great news. Ignore the trolls on here. They can get annoying. Laugh out loud. Yes, that is true. And then at Ricky Harvey 2583, really nobody cares. That wasn't very nice, Ricky. And then we have at Leo YX7RK. How much do you reckon Kalashi, I don't know how to say that, might pay when this woman starts posting videos asking where all the good men are? I thought that was quite funny. Again, he obviously doesn't know my whole story, right? So a lot of these guys don't. Otherwise, they wouldn't say what they're saying. And then the last one was at Cosmo-S1C. Enjoy your cats. So everybody seems to think I'm just going to be some crazy cat lady that's all alone with no man, groveling. Where's all the good men at? No, so far from that. Like, honestly, I'm okay even being by myself. Like, literally, me, God, my kids, I'm good. I don't need any man. I love my company. I love myself, and I enjoy my company, and I enjoy my cats and dogs and turtle and chickens and all my animals and my plants and my soon-to-be grandson, and I'm good. I don't need a man. I don't need drama. I don't need lying, cheating, all the mistrust, all the things. I don't need that. Okay, there's another one. It's Navigating Betrayal, A Journey of Faith and ... At Brenda Wayer 9044, respect yourself, please. Move on. He doesn't deserve you, and you definitely deserve better. Thank you. Appreciate you. And then at Amy Mom DeFore, I hope you don't mind me asking, but what country is your husband from? No judgment from me because my husband is from Morocco. Did he ever have issues separating cultural beliefs and religious beliefs? So she was referencing that question was because I had said how he was Muslim. So just so everybody knows, and I'm cleared up now. So he is what's called a revert. So he is black and white. His mom was white, his dad was black, and he was Christian when he was born, and then he reverted to Islam. So he is what they call a revert, and he's not from another country, he's from here. So, yeah. that is that. It's funny, a lot of people were triggered when I was posting those videos about my ex-husband being Muslim. They were very triggered by it, so I thought it was kind of funny. But those were the ones that were like commenting like crazy on all my videos, and they were so triggered by the fact that he was Muslim. Which again, I'm not closed-minded. I'm very open-minded, and I'm willing to just look at the person and who they are. And I saw the good in him, and I saw the wounded little boy that I wanted to help heal, right, when I met him. But I was very curious about his religion and learning about it and stuff throughout our marriage, which there's some great things about it. So, and I will admit that, and I will say that, and I have no problem with that. But yeah, a lot of people are triggered by that. So I thought that was kind of funny. Okay, I think we're done. But, oh, we didn't do the full episode. So there was a couple comments on the full episode, or no, one comment on the full episode. So episode 6, there was a comment on the actual YouTube, and it says, it's from @Ricky3D Visuals. He said, I am supporting this channel. Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate you. That's cool. So, okay, I did my makeup removal routine. So, makeup removal routine. We got drop my phone. Okay, makeup removal routine. I forgot. I gotta still do all this stuff. So these are the Korean beauty pads. So these are the pore pads. This helps make the pores smaller. I think one of these days too, I'm gonna just do the whole episode with no makeup on. And then maybe I'll put on makeup at the end and show you guys like my routine of applying makeup. So you can see what I do and what I put on and all of that. So we'll do the opposite. Okay, so we're gonna do Dr. Malaxin. Again, I'm not gonna put anything. I have this little like pimple here and like one over here. So I want to make sure I don't put this stuff on that. I'm going to actually, before I put the frankincense on, I'm going to put the pimple patch on first. Otherwise it'll be all greasy. And it won't stay. Oh, I forgot I have a mirror right here. And then I got a couple down at the bottom here. Okay, we're good there. Next, frankincense. You guys, I'm gonna be a grandma. It's so weird. I never thought I'd be a grandma this young. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be, what am I gonna be? I'm gonna be 43 this year. I'm a 42-year-old grandma. That's what I get for having my babies young. Okay, and lastly, let's pop on a little bit of my cocoa butter on my lips. I don't know if that's gonna stay. Okay, lastly, guys, we gotta read the verse in the book. 365 Days of Resting in God's Presence. So we are on August 3rd. Countless reasons. I will hope continually and will praise you yet more and more. Psalm 71:14. It's a nice message. So definitely always continue to hope, but you have to make sure you're praising God. It's so important to praise God for everything that happens in your life and everything going on, and giving it to Him, give Him the glory. So, yes, have hope always, but make sure you're praising God too. So, I like that message. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. I will maybe let you know a sneak peek of what the next episode will be about. But in the meantime, I'm going to be enjoying my grandbaby. Super excited. Bye, guys. Oh, Elite. Quick little message on that. So, last episode, I had mentioned certain incomes that I'm making. I have to claw that back and let you guys know that I cannot make income claims or statements. So I wanted you guys to know that no income claims or statements here. Those are just extra little bonuses that I was able to get by doing specific work. But I want to make sure that I'm following the rules, because we're not allowed to share specific income claims with Elite. So again, if you guys would like to know more about the travel company, hit me up, send me a message, DM me. But in the meantime, I will play the promo for Elite so you guys can see what it is exactly. But yeah, no income claims here. Yes. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a good night. Hi, guys. It's Nicki B, the host of Explore with Nicki B. I just wanted to come on and go over our current sponsor of the show, Elite. I wanted to do a quick promo and plug for them, and they are who's making this happen. So I appreciate them. I'd like to start by sharing their mission statement. So what is Elite? Elite's mission is to elevate everyday life by making travel more accessible and creating a path towards financial independence. We exist to inspire people to experience more of the world, live on their own terms, and design a life they love. So Elite is pretty much an invitation-only travel and lifestyle community. So I am part of it. I'd love for you to be part of it so you can come travel with me, go on some fun trips together. I don't know if you guys currently travel right now. If you're currently traveling, it'll definitely save you a ton of money because, as you know, using things like Expedia Group, Booking Holdings, you think you're getting a savings, but in all actuality, there's probably another 65% savings there in over a million plus hotels that Elite is able to offer you. I know with Booking Holdings, they made $26.9 billion last year, and then the Expedia Group $14.7 billion. So that shows, if they're making that much money, that shows how much room there is for savings. So it does allow you to save money. It is a travel club that you're part of. What's nice about being part of the travel club, so not only do you get the up to 65% off on the hotels, over a million plus hotels, you also get savings on car rentals, resort weeks. There's specific Elite excursions that they'll post that you're able to be part of, which is really cool. I'll show you some upcoming ones that I'm going to be joining. There's cruises, there's group travel rates. So if you're getting married and you have a big, large group that you need to get group rates on, or maybe a 50th wedding anniversary is coming up and you have a big group that you're taking somewhere, you're able to get discounted rates on it. Meeting spaces, if you're going to rent those out, airport lounges you can save money on. So tons of ways to save money throughout the year with your current travel. If you're not currently traveling and you'd like to travel more, that's another reason why it makes sense to do this. So the cost of the actual membership is $175 a month. So with that, though, you're getting the discounted hotels, you're getting the Elite Escapes. Those are those week-long trips that they have in different places like Dubai, and there's one coming up in Thailand that I'm going to be going to. I'll show that real quick. Also, there's a cruise they just went on, trips to Jamaica, things like that. You also get portal access to go online and book everything yourself and see all your savings, as well as the discounted airport lounges, and then the signature trips. So by paying that $175 every single month and paying your dues, it's almost like a savings account in a way. So me being a single mom of 4 kids, I don't always have a lot of money to set aside for myself to do a nice, fun trip that is well deserved, right? We need to treat ourselves. So this kind of allows it, it's a way to, it's almost like a little travel savings account. So you pay your dues each month and it gets tucked away where you can't touch it. And then at the end of the year, after 12 months, you're able to choose a signature trip, which is a week-long trip. And there's, over 50 plus places to choose from. And you don't have to just go overseas. There's local stuff too that you can do with your trip. But it allows you to go on a trip once a year on top of being part of the elite community and traveling with all of us, to all the different places. So the one coming up that I'm going to for sure be going on is the Thailand trip. So I'll put it here on the screen. That one is 8 days and 7 nights, round trip airport transfers for stress-free arrival and departure. You get private transportation for all the excursions, no guesswork, just smooth transitions. $150 resort credit per person. Food and drink, you're getting 3 days of breakfast, 4 curated meals across standout venues. So we have lunch at the beachfront restaurant, toes in the sand, dining with panoramic sea views. The Thai tasting menu at the Blue Mango, elevated local flavors in a luxe setting. Lunch at Phuket's Floating Village. Cultural immersion meets culinary delight. Dinner at the kitchen table, refined ambience, and signature dishes. So all of that for $650. So, and then if you minus out the $150 credit, it's really only costing you $500. So you can't really beat that, right? So I'm definitely going to be going on that trip. Another one coming up is, and hopefully you guys can all join me, it's going to be my divorce party. So I'm officially divorced, finalized December 5th. So this trip is actually December 10th through December 14th. So we're definitely going to party. So come join me and be part of the club. It's going to be in the Dominican Republic. I'll put that on the screen as well. It's 5 days, 4 nights at the Twin Sands. So it has the accommodations and transportation included, food and drink, like we talked about before. This one has all-inclusive with meals, snacks, and the premium open bar. 24/7 room service. In-room bar with mixers, restocked daily, and a $500 per room resort credit. So you are getting a $500 credit there as well. So some of the activities, these are the ones I'm looking forward to. Unlimited golf green fees. So that's the Greg Norman course. We have the Elite Excursion. That's a sail and snorkel party cruise. We have the Elite VIP private welcome reception, Elite VIP farewell dinner event, and the Elite Experiences concierge on site. So all of that is going to be included. Definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, being part of the club allows you to come on the trips. It allows you to have that savings set aside, and then being able to get the discounts you normally would have done if you were traveling. The travel industry alone is huge. So if you want to do the business side of things too and make money and travel as well, you can do that. The travel industry in comparison, like I'm part of the automobile industry, right? So the automobile industry right now is $2.6 trillion. So if you look at travel's an $11.7 trillion industry. And in the next 5+ years, there's going to be trillions more, right? So if you want to be part of that side of things, making an income, Elite allows that as well. So if you'd like to do the business part of things, let me know. I can get you linked with somebody on the team to be part of that. But there is a really good compensation plan if you're wanting to do that side of things. And or just come travel with me, be my travel buddy. So I'll put my QR code link up here if you'd like to sign up and or do the business part of things as well. So yeah, that's Elite in a nutshell. Thank you so much. Bye.
There's a quiet power humming underneath your skin, a fire wrapped in softness, a cathedral held within. You work behind the curtain while the world demands the stage, but the depth of what you carry could fill 1,000 pages. You've been searching for the meaning in the spaces in between, and the cosmos keeps on whispering things you've always seen. You with open honesty. No armor, no disguise. You crave a soul who matches yours, who meets you in the eyes. You balance like a dancer on the edge of give and take, and the right one will adore the art that only you can make. You've been given more than asking, that's the pattern in your bones. But the tide is finally turning, you don't have to walk alone. You were made of fire and mercy, truth and tender grace, with a heart that reads the room before you've seen a face. The universe is holding what your hands cannot contain. Every wound you've turned to wisdom, every loss became your gain. There's a dreamer in your bloodline, something ancient, something true. You can sense the things unspoken, feel what others never knew. Your ambition hums in silence, building kingdoms in your mind. And the legacy you're weaving is the most enduring kind. Don't let the noise distract you from the vision burning bright. You're closer than you've ever been to stepping in your light. You were made of fire and mercy, truth and tender grace, with a heart that reads the room before you've seen a face. The universe is holding what your hands cannot contain. Every wound you've turned to wisdom, every loss became your gain. Every scar became a story, every tear became a guide. Now the cracks are feeling golden where you no longer hide. You're not broken, you're becoming. Every ending keeps the next door running. So breathe deep and trust your rhythm on this winding sacred road. Oh, the stars align to shape you strong enough to bear the load. Oh, you're written in the heavens, every chapter, every line. The cosmos holds your blueprint now. Go ahead and shine.